Hey, what's up, everyone? How are you doing? I am officially certified in telecommunications as of a week and 2 days ago. Um, it was a really different experience. For one, I've never taken an online course before, and I was actually I was the first and only one to take that class. So I ran into a lot of like technical stuff, but um, it was easy to communicate with them, and they would, like, if there was a video that wouldn't play, because there were different sessions, and in each session, um, there would be a video lecture, a text lecture, a discussion, some assignments, things like that. So some of the videos didn't play at times, but they would send me a link, and then it would be fine, and then I would just move forward. Sometimes a day later, because we had like a time difference, because I'm in California and they're in New York. So the Statler Center is based in Buffalo, New York, and there's in-house training. I'm not exactly sure how old the program is, but the online program is brand new, just started, and I was the first to partake in it, which is really cool. It had its moments of like uncertainty, just because, for one, it was my first time around online taking a class, and then it being a new program online. So, but overall, it was an awesome experience. They're great instructors, to say the least, and I learned a lot. And it was a 12-week program. And in the first few weeks, they focused on business mathematics, business writing and grammar, job searching and development. So they went over resumes, cover letters, different formats or different ways of writing resumes and cover letters, thank you letters, and Microsoft Office. So we did Word, Excel, which was amazing to me. Like, I did not think I could do Excel without being able to look at it. I'm just going off of audio. My lips are dry, so do you mind? It smells good. It looks like a kiss, huh? Like the shape of it. It's a chapstick, and it looks like... Anyway, Excel was a cool program I didn't think I could use. And so I know how to open and create spreadsheets. That's just amazing. I'm like, it's a grid thing, and you would think that without sight, you wouldn't be able to do it. That's how I used to think, and I'm just like amazed. The instructors make everything seem just so streamlined and easy, and it's not easy to learn if you don't know how to explain it. And they were really good at explaining these things. So, let's see. Okay, so the first few weeks were all of those kind of classes. The last 3 to 4 weeks are strictly call center training and contact center. So a call center is primarily using phones, pretty much only using the phone to answer calls, make outgoing calls, things like that. A contact center is more of, you could use phone, internet, email, texting, just any sort of digital contact, in or outgoing calls or communication. So there's a difference. But there's actually a whole structure to call center stuff. Like, I'm sure a lot of you know this, but for those of you who don't, like I didn't, of course I knew there was like an order of things, but I didn't know that there was like guidelines. So you've heard of quality assurance. Well, quality assurance is the huge umbrella of different metrics that measure your customer service or call center activity or performance. So the metrics you get measured by are like the AHT, which is the average handle time. That's like from the beginning of the call, the middle to the end, the whole call. Your CSAT, that's customer satisfaction. That's like your biggest metrics. Because if the customer is not happy, you're not getting some good feedback, quality assurance goes down. It all goes down because it's like a domino effect. Your AHT, your CAT, if any CSAT, sorry, if that all goes down, it's not good, for your quality assurance, which is your overall metrics system. And then there's FCR, which is first call resolution. And that means you want to be able to have a customer or client call one time and resolve it. They shouldn't have to call back again for the same issue, because then that's not good. So there's that. There's the structure. There's like 10 steps to a structure of a proper call center call. And then there's principles and attributes that you have to incorporate when you're in a call center. It's all part of being polite, professional, and in control. The point of you having a call structure is to keep your call to a minimum, to get to the point and to resolve it, and to send the customer on their way happily, hopefully. They teach you about, having a thick skin, because you know how it is. Like when you get upset, you call, you probably are, I don't know. I always keep my cool with people, because I understand that, the person on the other end doesn't have all control, and they're not at fault for whatever's going on in your technical issues or whatever. So you have to always be calm. So anyway, we did the call center training. We studied all of those things. Like I said, the call structure, attributes, and your tone of voice, the inflection, because that's really everything. Your tone of voice and your inflection and the sound of your voice is everything, because that's the face of the company, or that's you. It represents you, and you just do your best. And as you all know, I'm used to phone work, so yeah, I know about tone and inflection and voice work. But kidding. Anyway, or am I? It was really interesting. I feel happy that I became certified, no matter who kind of downplays that. It's an accomplishment, because I'm certified in telecommunications. It's not just like, oh, we taught you this and this, and it's simple. No, they went over a lot of things, and I know how to use Excel. Like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty amazing. We went over Outlook and Word, and I don't know, it feels good. It really does. It feels good. And how did I celebrate? I got that question a lot. Well, the next day I went and treated myself to a Starbucks on my friend's, as a gift from my best friend, Rochelle. Thank you for that. Love you. She is my sister. We've known each other since we were 5. We met in school, and she's a very supportive sister, and always uplifting, and always positive, and always really there for me, whether times are happy or sad. So I'm grateful for her. Let's see, what else did I want to point out? I would recommend the Statler Center. The only time I kind of got hurt or a little bit discouraged was when they did the mock interview, because they make you do a mock interview. And I've been on plenty of interviews, you know what I mean? Obviously, I haven't gotten hired at a respectable position, as I've been told. But no, all right, I'm gonna leave my comments out. But the thing is, you pick a job that you want to apply for, pick a real job, and then they monitor you with a mock interview. So I picked the Ritz-Carlton. It was available. It's not like I was like, let me go for the Ritz-Carlton. It was on Indeed. There was a position, and so I picked that one because it was customer service phone work. And I was just really hurt because, and I know they didn't mean it in a hurtful way, but I felt discouraged and sad because they said how I seemed nervous in the interview. And of course I did, because they're like listening to me and rating me. You know, it's not like a regular interview. I knew I was being graded, and I think that had a big part in it. So there was that. That's fine. I could deal with that. Then they said that they would hire me for other positions, but this one was more of a high quality position that I wasn't ready for. So I felt like it was saying like, oh, you're not good enough for the Ritz-Carlton. So I kind of got hurt by that. But it's all right. So there was that, and I forgot what else was in the mock interview report. It was like a review they wrote after. I'm just like, oh, I'm not good enough for the hotel, huh? But it's just an observation and things that I could work on, like self-confidence, because I am really critical of myself and hard on myself. And I know that seems like a lack of confidence, but it's more of me being just completely hard on myself. And it's a terrible thing that I'm working on, because I'm not that bad of a person. So all right, so that's that. I am certified. I am happy. That is a success for me. It's a win. Hallelujah. I'm thankful to God helping me through it. And I work day and night here on the computer trying to figure things out. I had a couple late assignments, and I had a couple that there were a couple that I didn't complete, but overall I did. And some of them, you know, sometimes I was a little late just based on on one because of personal things I was going through, but another is like there were technical issues, to be fair. This was a first time online course, so it's to be, you know, it's understood that was bound to happen. I wish I could look directly at the camera. I'm really not self-conscious, but I'm like, it bothers me that I can't look at the camera. All right. Anyway, I'm happy about that. I don't know when I will receive the certificate, but when I do, I will come on and show you guys, because I'll be so happy. The next thing I wanted to talk about and touch on is Game of Thrones. You guys, this is serious. Not my certification, but my Game of Thrones is serious. Kids, cover your ears or send them out of the room. I'll give you a few seconds. I'm just giving you guys time while I put my chapstick on. I'm giving you time because this is serious. This is real serious right here. I'm just giving you guys time to clear out the room. Okay, cool. All right, is that enough time? I brushed my hair. I put on lipstick. I mean, not lipstick, chapstick. they completely shitted on my favorite show. I have watched Game of Thrones, and I have a love for the show, a deep love. And I don't care, like, I love fantasy, okay? I've watched pretty much every superhero movie. I've loved comic books since I was little, even though I couldn't see them after a certain point because of my Uncle Ernie. I know about a lot of the characters since I was small. I love fantasy, okay? I do. Lord of the Rings, yes. Harry Potter, yep. I love these things, okay? Game of Thrones, though, is my heart. Like that, this last season was unacceptable, all right? I'm not being illogical. Okay? This is really serious. You guys, I don't know if they got different writers towards the end. I don't know. I have to do my research because I swear they did. The last season, I feel like, was like you threw up on the entire story. Sir? George R.R. Martin, did you write this? I'm hurt. Look, I can look at it logically. Game of Thrones is deep. I'm not going to say what happened because there's some people who haven't even seen the series. Shame on you guys. Shame on you guys. But I love the Mother of Dragons, aka Daenerys, Khaleesi, the Silver Queen, my God, I'm so upset. I want to say what happened, but there are people I know that have not watched the series that want to watch the series and should watch the series up until the last season. How do you guys mess up that bad? Look, I could deal. There's been some really bad characters. There's been some characters that make me want to scream, like Joffrey. Oh my God, Tywin. Oh my goodness, these people were terrible people. Horrible. Cersei's at points. Cersei's, yes. Oh my God. But you're seriously going to mess up my favorite character, and I won't say what happened, but just mess up. There was no build up to that. There wasn't. I don't care how you look at it. If you start from the first season till now, there was no build up for how it ended. It was totally heartbreaking and uncalled for. It shouldn't have went that way. Logically. And yeah, I know it's fantasy, so what do you mean logically? No, logically. Reading that story, it did not make sense. It's fucked up. I told you that I was going to get passionate about this. I'm sorry. But it's... This, let me tell you something. This character is played by Emilia Clarke. And I swear, every actor who plays these characters is perfect for their role. That lady fit that role perfectly. But the character, Daenerys Targaryen, this is going to sound crazy, okay? But I don't care. People who love fantasy, you guys get me. I could relate to her. She was inspiring for so many reasons, okay? Like, she took a terrible things that happened to her and didn't become a victim. She used those things to her advantage and became victorious. Do you know how inspiring that is? That's like, you don't know what kind of message that sends, okay? Like, being blind is hard. I'm not going to bullshit you. It's hard. You're judged on a daily basis. You're constantly struggling to feel normal and to thrive in society where everything is 10 times as hard on you because no one seriously gives you a chance to really just be human. But like, hell no. Like, I'm gonna use that. I read people from their hearts. I gauge people, like I was saying with the telecommunications thing. Tone of voice, not just that, and just their heart. I see someone's heart And that is more valuable than anything. But what I'm saying is, you use the things you go through to make you stronger, not weak. And I know sometimes I seem weak. I know I do, but I'm not. I'm far from it. I'm just a gentle soul, though. I just have a lot of love in my heart. I've been really hurt, you know, in many ways in my life, and as we all have. You know, nothing has been handed to me. To this day, I struggle. I don't even have a bed right now, and I can't just go buy it, but I can't just go out there and just get a job. And not because I can't, but because people are, and yeah, I said can't with that emphasized T. But you get me, like, I'm judged on that in everything I do. I was at the dentist office a few weeks ago. And this lady, she wasn't the dentist. She was, I don't know who she was, but she like does the paperwork, and she's like talking to me after the dentist, whatever. She's like, okay, so the best thing is if you floss and blah, blah. She's not, if you don't know how to floss, you just get one of your kids and just have them help you floss. Do you know how fucking insulting that is? I'm sorry, but I'm going to be real. Do you honestly think that my kids take care of me? It's insulting. It's fucking insulting. Don't ever do that to a blind person. I take care of my kids. They're not going to floss my teeth or wipe my ass. Okay? It's really upsetting though. Why am I going into this? Because what I'm saying is that there are daily struggles we have to go through that a lot of people may not even realize. Reminds us of this constant folded blindfold over our eyes that we can't take off. I have light perception, yes, but I cannot see. You know what I'm saying? I go into a store with someone and I'm looking for like shoes or clothes. Now, I haven't in a long time. Like, I'm wearing the same fucking thing all the time right now. That's until I get a job, hopefully. I know, after they see this video, who knows. But I go into the store with someone, or the bank. Let's use the bank for an example. Let's just use the bank. Go into the bank. I'm at the teller with my credit card or debit card. I don't have a credit card because I can't get one. So I'm there, I'm trying to ask about something in my bank account. My bank account, okay? That I pay bills with, or I do the grown woman thing with, you know? Like most grown people do with their debit cards. Oh, instead of talking to me, they're like, oh, could you put her PIN in for her? And then whoever I'm with usually stays quiet, which I appreciate because they know how much this pisses me off. So now I pretty much go alone and go to the teller alone and whatever, because that is insulting. I'm right here. I understand that people don't know, but I'm tired of having to be understanding of that. I am. But let me get back to my point. Even though I have all these struggles and more, and there's other things too, you know, like even in the dating scene, people don't see you the same way. Sometimes people think I'm desperate because I can't see. No, I like who I like, and I choose who I want to deal with. It's a choice. My choice. Okay? And whoever wants to, whoever dares to deal with me. No, I'm just kidding. But I am a woman, and I am whole. I just cannot see. So it is really insulting. It is really hurtful. It's really frustrating. And everyone says, just be patient. Just ignore it. Just because they don't know any better. Oh, seriously? They don't know common decency? But I'm beginning to think in this world, a lot of people say fuck common decency and courtesy and heart. But anyways, I feel like the struggles we have dealt with that are circumstance, that aren't choice, can make us stronger. And we can use that because we can, there's so much we learn from struggles like this. Like I said, I see people from the heart. I want to work harder, even though it's feeling like I always have to struggle to be heard or to be seen as a normal woman. Like, it's all right, because I do love how my heart is. If there's one thing that I like about myself, it is that. And I don't think it would be the same had I not lost my sight. I might have a good heart, but it wouldn't be the same. The understanding of things wouldn't be the same. I could get along with anyone from any background because I see your heart. You know what I mean? Like, a good person is a good person. A good person is a blessing. So, getting back to Game of Thrones, my tangent, she used the terrible things she went through, Daenerys, Mother of Dragons, the coolest character ever. I have other few loves on there, but she's the one that I related to. And it's okay to relate to this. Maybe some of you guys who sometimes feel really bitter should get into some fantasy. This is not going to hurt anything. It's actually really entertaining. She used what she went through to make her stronger and to really become just the queen she was throughout the show, basically. Like, she freed people. She did so much. I don't want to say everything because, again, a lot of people I know did not see the show, so I don't want to spoil it. But she was a remarkable character, an incredible character. And I'm sorry, writers, I don't know if it was George R.R. Martin or if they got like George Livingston from down the street or something to write that last part, because that was very upsetting. How do you do that after all that time? It didn't even build up to that. Like, she was a golden character, seriously. Like, the story behind her and the fact that her dad was the way he was, all I'll say is you should have left her the way she was. That was disheartening for so many reasons. I could deal with the other a-holes of the show. Joffrey, oh my God, I wanted to scream so many times in that. With Joffrey, with Tywin, with freaking, that one guy. Oh my God, I couldn't stand him. What the fuck was his name? I can't remember his name right now because I'm kind of upset. But there were a few characters that pissed me off, right? But it went with the show. Even if I wasn't happy with who they took out or who they put in or whatever, it went. It made sense. This last season doesn't make sense. I can't even recommend it to people because of that. Yeah, watch it until the last season. You know what I mean? Oh my God. Dracarys. Anyways, I'm a huge fan of the show. I'm a genuine fan of the show. No bandwagon bullshit. The show was beautiful. But that last season, shame. Seriously, shame. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, and heartbreaking and heart-wrenching. And it did not go. It just didn't. Oh, and I love Tyrion. Tyrion Lannister is amazing. So, and, yeah. But you guys even picked the perfect people to play these characters. Everybody fit. The girl that played Sansa, love her so much. She's so awesome. And if you ever saw an interview where she was like down on herself, you just wouldn't believe. You just wouldn't believe, because she was just amazing as a person. She's really cool. A lot of them are really cool in real life. In the interviews they're on. They're such nice people. Anyways, you could tell, you know, who has good hearts and stuff. But they picked like the perfect actors to play these characters. Emilia Clarke was amazing as the Mother of Dragons. It's not her fault. I'm so mad. You don't understand. I am unhappy with it, and I'm requesting that you guys rewrite that. Also, let me have a part in the show. Can I at least do voiceover? I want some voiceover work. All right, if you can make that happen, let's talk, and let me give you tips on how the show should have ended. 'Cause that's just wrong. Also, I would like a replica of one of the dragons. I want a replica of Drogon to make up for this, because it's wrong. Oh my goodness. But anyway, last thing I wanted to talk about, now that my blood pressure is up. So I was on a TV show a couple of months ago. I recorded it, and I talked about when I was a phone fantasy artist. I love how they put that, because it sounds better than PSO or phone sex operator. But anyway, I got a lot of feedback, good and bad. Some of it, they called me slutty. They said things like that. But here's what I have to tell you. Phone work is acting work. I'm not explaining to you, because I love you. I love the haters as well as the ones who watch out of love, because you take the good with the bad, you know? Like, what did Jay-Z say? Take the good with the bad, throw the baby out with the bathwater. I forgot what he said. But the good and the bad, you take it all and appreciate it all, and just keep pushing. I did it for my family, and my kids are my world. And you think I get passionate about Game of Thrones, you mess with my kids and you turn me into a freaking lioness. That has nothing to do with providing, but I'm just saying it was a way to provide for my family, and it was great. I was pregnant and I was able to buy all of the stuff for my baby. I'm not saying that, I'm not suggesting to do it. I'm explaining my, for lack of better words, position on it. And guess what? I'm happy about having the honor of being on Vivica's show. And she was really cool. And the whole staff was awesome. And that was one of the best days and the happiest days that I've had in a long time. I never had the privilege or whatever of being pampered. They picked me up from my house. They did my hair and makeup. I got to look pretty for a day. You know, I don't get to do that. I don't get to do that. I got to do that day. And it was amazing. And I appreciate it. And it was a blessing to me. So I don't mind the backlash and things I've heard from people. And yeah, I got carried out on stage and it was wonderful. His muscles, and he was such a nice guy. No, but in all seriousness, it was a professional thing and it was awesome and it was nice. And they brought me back home. I've never got that kind of treatment like that. Who knew off of YouTube that could happen? Who knew? Not for me, not for a girl like me, no. But it did. It did. I may not have that many views on my stuff, and that's okay. I don't do it for that. I do it to hopefully touch someone's heart, hopefully to let someone know that they're not the only ones going through it and it's going to be okay. You know, whatever it is. And to also show my flaws. Like, I am extremely hard on myself. But that's not always a good thing. But anyway, that's all I want to wrap up with. Always be yourself, try, and don't worry about what people say, because it's all good feedback. Even if it's bad feedback, who cares? They're watching for some reason. Even if it's just something to talk about, they have nothing better to do. You know what I'm saying? They need to look at themselves in the mirror and don't worry about what they say. Do you, and Be the best person you can be. As long as you're not hurting anyone intentionally, you're fine. You know what I mean? None of us are perfect, and none of us are going to leave this world alive. So focus on the blessings and the positive things. You know, feel the air on your skin. Listen to the birds sometimes. Stop and smell some flowers. And I'm not just saying this. I actually do this. Today I went into Albertsons